Okay, let's start a new application in Django. So those of you who don't know what Django is a Python-based web framework that we use for building website. In our case, we are just going to build a simple to-do app, and this video is going to be a mini series, a crash course for learning Django. Okay, so my virtual environment is already running, and I have installed Django in my environment. So to start, I'll just write here Django -admin and write start project, and I'll give this project a name called to-do list project. So this will take a couple of seconds, and as you can see in my directory I have a project folder, and now I need to just create an app inside my project directory. So what I need to do is enter my project directory. So this will be cd to-do list project, and I'll write here python manage.py, which will be our entry file, the file we're going to use for executing different type of commands. So python manage.py space start app, and we'll write the name of the app. So this will be to-do app. Okay, so the application file has already been set up. Now let us explore this project directory. Before that, I'll just open up my text editor and add the project directory in my text editor. So add project folder. Okay, so inside the desktop I have this Django practice, and this is my project directory. So let's go ahead and open up this. Okay, so now you can see two files. So this is our project directory where we have different types of files. We have the URLs file for set up different type of URLs. Then we have the most important file, which is the settings.py file, and we use this file to update different types of settings for our website. Okay, so after creating a new app, the first foremost thing you need to do is to add that app in your settings file. So if we go down, you can see an installed app sections, and these are all the apps that has been added to our Django project. Okay, so since we have created a new app, I'll just have to write the name of that app in quotation in this list, so that will be our to-do app. Okay, so this has been set up. The next thing I will do is I will create a custom URL files for our application. In order to do that, first I will just go to my URLs file that is in my project directory, and I need to just copy all of this, or I can just copy this section, and let me go to my app directory, and I will create a new file here called urls.py, and I'll just paste this here. Inside the path we need to add a route, and we also need to import a view so that we can connect our view to our function, and that will be connected to our URL path. Now I know this sounds a little bit confusing, so it would be better if I show you the whole process. Okay, so before doing anything, I will just go to my views, and I will start here new view. So views are basically functions that will be used to connect our URL paths and our templates. I'll write here def, and this will be our home view. Inside the parameter I will pass request, and I will return, that would be return, and we'll render a template, so we'll use a render function, and we'll pass the request. Okay, so in order to render an HTML page, we need to add a templates directory in our project folder, or we can also create a template directory in our app folder and connect that file to our app. What do I mean by that? it would be better if I show you that process. So let me go to my app directory first. Inside here I will create a new file called new folder called templates, and inside the templates we'll create a new folder, and that folder will be named as our app. So I know this sounds confusing, but this is the way that Django works. So we'll call this folder called Todo app, and now inside this folder we'll create the HTML file. So I'll write here index.html. okay, and here we'll add some HTML. So I'll write here h1 tag hello Django. Now we need to connect this HTML file into our views. So we'll write here to do app slash index sorry about that, index.html. there is a third parameter we can use, and that is basically a context. So we need to create a context variable here. So context, and this will be an empty directory for now, but we'll add data in our context dictionary later. And basically the context data is the data that we can use to modify our templates. Okay, so let me save this here. Now let's go back to our main URLs file, and we will add the URLs of our app in our main URLs file. In order to do that, we'll first import the include function here. Now we'll create a new path, so this will be path, and we'll leave this as empty string, then add include, and we'll in quotation right here to do app dot URLs. So what we are trying to say to our main URLs file, hey, we have a custom URL files in our to-do app, and I want you to follow all the URLs that I write in my custom URLs file. So let me save this. Let's go back to our custom URLs file, and we'll create a new path here. Just because this will be our home directory, we'll just leave this as empty, and then we'll import that view in our URLs file. In order to do that, I will write here from dot views, actually from dot import views. Okay, so I think did I made any mistakes? No, I don't. I don't think I made actually any mistake here. So now what I will do here is I'll write here views dot home. Since my views file is containing the home function, and I want this URL path to show the template that this function is connected to. Okay, there is a third parameter I can pass, and this will be name of the URL. So I'll set it as here home. Now all of our work has been done. The few things we need to do is to make some couple of changes to our database and then run the server. So I'll go to the command prompt, and I'll write here python manage.py make migrations. Now it will try to detect if any changes has been made in our database. Since it hasn't, it's showing that no changes detected, but this is still necessary to avoid some issues. Okay, the next thing I will write here is python manage.py migrate, and these two commands you have to do in order to what I should say is save changes. Okay, so our changes has been saved, and now all we need to do is to run our server, and the server will be running in our local system that will be hosted in port 8000. So let me clear this out. Now I'll need to write here python manage.py run server. Since our settings has been done, it shouldn't show us any kind of error. Okay, so it's running clearly. Now let's go to our browser, and we'll write here localhost and the port will be 8000. So if I hit enter, you can see it says here hello Django, just the way we have right in our HTML file. Okay, so before ending this first lesson, I'll just show you what this context data can do. For example, if I write here name and pass a key value pair, so name and the value will be IAM. In order to show this data in our HTML file, what I need to do here is just go to my HTML file, and instead of writing here Django, I can just write here 2 curly braces and pass the variable name. So in the context it was name. Now if I save this and run my browser, you can see that data has been changed and this is IAM. So this is how you basically use context in order to pass data in your templates. Okay, so that was the first lesson. I hope you like it. In the next few videos I will show you how to create different types of functions for adding and deleting posts, and I will show you how to set up your database as well. So if you like this video, please stay with the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.